Alright, so in this video we are going to go over internal linking and why it's beneficial and helpful from an SEO perspective, and also an internal linking strategy that you can implement yourself. So with that being said, let's jump right in. So just as a refresher, what is internal linking? Essentially, internal linking is just linking out to other pages or blog posts on your website. So say you're working on a blog post yourself, you're writing it, and you see there's a good opportunity to add a link within the content using anchor text from that blog post that links out to another one of your own pages or blog articles. That's an example of internal linking. External linking, which we're not going to talk about in this video, would be linking out to other websites and other websites outside of your own. So internal linking is linking from within your own website using your own links, your own pages, and your own blog posts. So there's actually a lot of powerful benefits when it comes to internal linking, and especially from an SEO perspective. I'll leave the blog post that I wrote in this video description so you can read these benefits in more detail. I don't want to take up too much time on this, but there's a lot of benefits that internal linking provides if done correctly and if implemented properly. So some of those include improved bounce rates, increased time spent on website. It helps visitors navigate the website more effectively. It can improve your search engine rankings and page authority by spreading link juice. And it could overall help Google better crawl and index your website. So those are a lot of great benefits. The basis of this video, though, I don't want to spend too much time on the actual benefits. So if you're interested more in reading about the benefits of internal linking, head over to my blog post, which the link is in the description. But in this video, I really wanted to go over actually creating an internal linking strategy for yourself. So with that being said, let's actually get into creating an internal linking strategy for your website for SEO purposes to help just build your authority of your website, to help users navigate your site more effectively. You know, these are some of the benefits I just discussed, but let's actually get into creating an internal linking strategy for your own website. So first and foremost, super common sense advice, but this is important from an SEO perspective that a lot of people abuse, is you want to make sure your internal links are natural within your content. So for example, when I write a blog post of mine, as I'm going through, I only place internal links into my content where they make sense. I'm not just, shoving them in there just to get certain benefits. You really want to approach this in the most natural and ethical way possible. You want people to be reading this. You don't want to just jam a bunch of internal links into your content. If you overdo this, it can look really cluttered. It just does not make for a very clean read on the blog post. So first and foremost, you want to make these natural internal links. Only add internal links where they make sense and where they are appropriate for your readers. Number two is to use relevant anchor text, and sometimes you can even use keyword-rich anchor text as long as you're not overdoing it. So you want to use, by keeping it natural, you also want to use relevant anchor text. So for example, if one of your sentences in your blog post says, you have a full sentence and then it says builds quality backlinks. If you have a blog about building quality backlinks, that would be a great spot to put an internal link. So you'd want to add an internal link to build quality backlinks. It's very relevant anchor text, and it also has some keyword richness to it. Don't overdo it with the keywords. You don't want to build a ton of internal links that target the same keywords. That's going to look kind of spammy to Google. You want to make this natural as well, and you also want to make sure that these internal links, the anchor text, is relevant to the page you're directing traffic to. So third, you want to obviously incorporate internal links into any new blog content you're writing. So every blog post going forward, maybe it's not a blog post, maybe it's a service page on your website, but every piece of content going forward, as long as there's a sufficient amount of content, you want to add these internal links. Over time, this can really help just spread link equity and link juice throughout your website. It can help users navigate to different articles of yours, which will help them stay on your website for longer periods of time. So every time you set out to write a new blog post, make sure you're implementing and inserting a handful of internal links depending on how long the content is on your website. And of course, as discussed in step 1, make sure these are natural internal links, but make sure you're doing this ongoing in future blog posts that you write for the best results. Number 4 is to actually update old blog posts with internal links as well. So we just talked about as you're writing new content, you want to add internal links, of course, but also look into some of your older blog posts. A lot of these older blog posts have more page authority. They have more authority in general. Maybe there's some links that have been built to them. They have more age on the website. So a lot of times these older posts just provide more authority. And it's a great SEO method to go back to old blog posts and internally link to some of your newer blog posts that maybe you want ranked higher within Google. This can really be an effective SEO strategy if you go back through your old blog posts. Identify areas maybe, again, not overdoing it, not shoving internal links into your old content, but maybe, you see a handful or you see 1 or 2 really good opportunities to add an internal link on an old blog post of yours that does pretty well. That can give newer blog posts of yours a nice boost in terms of search engine rankings. This isn't an overnight type of strategy. It'll take Google a little while to notice some of the changes that you're making on your website, but by going back and updating old blog posts with some additional valuable, internal links, can really be effective for your SEO going forward. And last but certainly not least, number 5, which I kind of alluded to in the last step, is to give this time. An internal linking strategy takes time to, one, just get better at. You get more comfortable with it. The longer you produce content, you start to identify better opportunities. You start to really, even talking about going back into old blog posts, you start to get more comfortable editing old content and adding internal links. In terms of some of the benefits that you'll see, as discussed earlier, some of the search engine ranking benefits will take a little bit of time with this strategy. So like anything with SEO and blogging in general, it's important to be patient with this strategy as well. So really, take your time with it, master it. Don't overdo it. Make sure these are natural internal links and give it some time and do it consistently over the course of your content generation going forward. And you should start to see results down the road. So just give it time and keep your efforts consistent for the best results. So that really wraps it up. It's a super simple strategy, but a lot of times I see beginner bloggers or just webmasters in general get this wrong. I either see that they're adding way too many internal links or they're not adding any internal links at all. They don't really know to. So take a couple of these steps, go back, rewatch the video, write down the steps if you need to, and implement this for yourself and see the type of results you see, 6 months, 12 months down the road. See if you get a boost in search engine rankings, see if you get a boost in organic traffic down the road. But this is a simple yet super powerful strategy that you should be implementing and focusing on your own website. So with that being said, I hope you liked this video. I update my channel frequently with helpful content on blogging, SEO, how to drive more targeted traffic to your website. If any of this interests you, please go ahead and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks so much.